Do you know who your son's father is? Now, Ms. Sear, you say you have proof that Mr. Manser is Dylan's father. You argue you are here to prove again that he is the father of your son, to finally stop him running from his responsibility.
Yes.
She was a friend of my aunt. She was best friends with my aunt. We all lived in the same little community. She lived across the street. I knew of her. I knew her. I've spoken to her. But as far as intimacy, we was together one time. And I hate to be crude, but it was a one-night stand.
I don't think after all of this that has transpired, it really matters whether it was a one-night stand or a two-day trip.
My biggest concern.
The point is you all had a sexual relationship at some point, so there is a possibility.
In hindsight.
So you showed up for court, and what happened?
I wasn't able to show up for court. I was completely on the other side of the state. I was indigent. I was living at my mom's, didn't have a job at the time. So I didn't show up for court, and I was named the natural father by... Here's the proof. I've yet to see proof that the child's mine. He said that they obtained my DNA through a sample that was already on file. That's what she's claiming is proven to be the father of this child. I hadn't met him until he was like 15 years after I initiated contact from my son, Chris. I wanted...
So wait, now are you convinced he is the father?
Yes, ma'am.
Why?
Because I have had a DNA test done, and I have the results right here. Would you like a copy of it?
Results. I mean, she get. I mean,
Ms. Sear, your evidence clearly states that there was a laboratory test performed.
Yes, ma'am.
I see here.
I don't think it happened. I think she worked in the lab and that she's had this thing manufactured. So.
Actually, at that time, I worked at a plasma center. I harvested plasma with 16-gauge needles. Had nothing to do with DNA.
I'm sure that, when you're in a business, you know other people that's in a business.
Now, what's interesting to me is that for alleged father, it's entirely blank.
That's right.
Meaning
imagine that.
There is no social security number.
That's right.
There is no address.
She forgot to put that part in there.
There is no information about you. It's all blank. There's no picture of you. There's no photograph.
She didn't have that information. That's right. Exactly.
So, obviously, your contention that you didn't show up, you weren't there for this particular test is
You're
true.
right.
Because there's no evidence that you were there on that
exactly
day.
Right. Thank
We've
you,
established
Your Honor.
that.
Thank you.
We do, however, see a lab record of a collection taken on May the 1st, 1995, which they claim. Hello, Dylan.
How are you?
Thank you for joining us. Now, Dylan, I want to know about your relationship with your father.
I feel I don't know him that well.
We don't. We don't know each other.
Go ahead, son.
I love Chris, though. We've spent a lot of time together.
Your brother.
Yep.
We're going to be brothers no matter what. No matter what happens after today.
I can't respect someone talking so much harmful to my mother.
And that's what I didn't want to do. I didn't want to do that.
What do you want from today, Dylan?
I haven't seen either one of them in over a year now.
A daughter on the way.
I have a daughter due in November. You're the grandpa.
His results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics. And because this is a very special case, and we've had previous DNA testing done in which our plaintiff questions the chain of custody of the specimen, the actual sample that was collected.
Right. No, there's no doubt the results of this.
You filled out the proper forms.
That's right.
Including your name, date of birth, social security number.
That's right.
And you signed them, right?
Yep.
You presented photo IDs.
Yes,
And there wasn't a friend of mine there either.
That's why these will be accurate.
The lab, because of the sensitivity of this issue, ran 2 tests.
Nice.
The results are as follows. In the case of Manser versus Sear, Mr. Manser, you are not.
Oh, God.
His father.
5 years in prison. Dylan, I'm sorry, bro. This is why. This is why I did what I did.
But this is not...
She should be convicted of some crime.
No, I should not. I did
That
not.
is fraud.
Mr. Manser,
That is fraud.
I know you're upset. Do you know
Yes, ma'am.
You know who his father is.
Yes, I talk to him still.
5 years in prison. And then I say, do you know who your son's father is? And you say, yes, I'm still in touch with him. That is a really huge pill to swallow.